Anyway,
I can't even know.
Do you mind sitting properly, Bella? Because I'm not in these shots.
How do you know?
Because you're literally like this.
I think you asked that question last time and PJ gave you the exact same answer.
Oh.
very similar question and a shockingly similar answer.
Almost word for word.
That is exactly what it appears to have had occurred.
Yes!
Is it fine? Is it still like hurt?
Yes!
Yeah, it's fine. Does it hurt? Is it?
Cutest little place. You'd love to live there if it wasn't for the gnomes and the smell. No offense.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Ready for you?
Let's do
Okay,
this.
where did we leave our heroes off? We had...
We
We
just
just
finished.
finished destroying factories,
Yeah, we
machines,
finished
she said-
Factory.
Fantastic!
and tried to kill us all.
She wasn't trying to kill you. She was testing her equipment.
By
If
trying
you
to
happen
kill
to
us,
die, well, darn.
Yeah, she didn't. She was mentally unstable. She needed to go to a corrective.
And where are we again? Gnomengarde.
We are in Gnomengarde, and
I know.
you were met by Fibble and Dabble,
Mhm.
and they asked you, the two Morocco gnomes from Gnomengarde, asked you to help them with the problem with their king. One of the kings they think has gone mad and has locked the other king in the king's quarters because he believed that a carpet was trying to eat them. None of the other gnomes knew what was going on, but they did discover that he locked them in. None of them have seen this carpet-eating, gnome-eating carpet.
Carpet
That's what you did
eating
last time. Carpet-eating gnome.
I wrote it down.
Carpet-eating gnome.
I wrote it down this time.
It was really funny. Anyway,
Can't even know.
Do you mind sitting properly, Bella? Because I'm not in these shots.
How do you know?
Because you're literally like this.
they asked you to come and help with the problem, to solve the problem of the gnome-eating carpet. And so you arrived, and if you recall, as you arrived at Gnomengarde, there's a couple of islands and a misty scene where the waterfall comes over the mountain, and their home is inside the mountains themselves, the walls of the mountains around the little tiny island and the shallow lake. If you recall, on the lake there were mushrooms growing that they I don't know if they, I wouldn't say they planted them, but they used magic to help enhance these a long time ago. And what it did was, I'm not gonna say cursed the area, but the magic is still there. Y'all were greeted with an odd scene of what looked like someone cleaning up the remains of one of the poor defenseless wine barrels that got destroyed. Do you remember that bit? That was the tearjerker. That was because most of the gnomes were really upset about that. Now they're down to 7 barrels that they can make wine out of in their winery. They believe
But they still do have.
the mushrooms are still there. The mushrooms are fine. They just don't have as much wine ready at any given point in time. And this can be quite upsetting because they like to age things. So you can't just make it and then drink it instantly. You got to let it age. So the gnomes think it was goblins because they had some problems with goblins coming in and stealing things. Breaking in and entering, because that's what those goblins like to do. They didn't see them, but they're just assuming it's a stinking goblin. You met up with Factory about halfway through your tour, and she introduced you to her newest piece of equipment to help defend Gnomengarde from the goblins. You defeated Factory. She went back to work, immediately repairing her equipment. Do you remember that part, Bella? Excellent. I'm sorry, am I interrupting you? Eating your...
Hopefully it's not fixed by the time we come back out.
No, she has fully tested her equipment. It's going to take a while for her to repair. I mean, it's literally completely destroyed.
I think you asked that question last time and PJ gave you the exact same answer.
Oh.
Very similar question and a shockingly similar answer.
Almost word for word.
Word for word. What you do is, after you leave the room with Factory, you go down you're actually walking with Fibble and Dabble. Fibble, right?
It is
Yeah,
Fibble.
it's Fibble.
Fibble and
Fibble and
Dabble.
Dabble.
Yeah.
You're walking with Fibble and Dabble.
You put them in Dabble and Fibble order though.
That's perfectly fine. They take turns going first down the hall. So you head down the hallway from that room after the gates go down, and you notice off to your right as you're walking, it opens up and you can see outside from there. This is one of the openings that's in the side of the mountain. It's about 20-30 feet off the ground, but you don't go that way. You keep going on straight, then you take a couple of turns, a left and a right here and there, and you come up to a fort. Now you can see down the hall, there's a room, and you can actually see a couple of those wine barrels. And Dabble says, "Oh, that's where we make our wine. We'll check it out later." And it's a great one, right? You want some help?
I just thought I'd put it under the table.
Well, when PJ's moving back and forth, so I
Well, the last thing that went under my feet.
Or maybe put it under my chair. Fantastic.
Excellent.
There we go, look, wow.
Right,
I got
tea
room
now.
for your stuff. You can be you again.
Yeah.
So you pass by the room, you can see just a couple of those wine was it?
I think we'll say barrel.
We'll say barrels of wine. And then you've got the odor of the wonderful mushroom wine and smell is just oozing out from that room, and it's just permeating your clothes. You can smell it, it's quite thick. But you continue on down the other fork in the hallway because he tells you that he's going to take you to the king's. Because obviously that's the serious problem you guys need to solve. So you go down a hallway, you hang a right, and eventually you come to an opening, and this opening actually opens up to a bridge that crosses over the shallow lake, and it's right next to where the waterfall comes down. So you get this wonderful view of the entire area from about 30 feet up, and it's fantastic. It's the cutest little place. You'd love to live there if it wasn't for the painted gnomes and the smell. No offense. It smells great. Mom's red mushroom wine.
The TV's gone on to
I had a feeling.
Isn't
No
the
one just give me a little quick as well.
the wine is actually purple mushroom?
Is it the... Okay, thank you,
Sorry.
Professor. Just want to make sure that I actually get...
Oh, I'm turning this off. It's a
Can you see Tia if I do this?
Yeah, I can see you just fine.
Can you see Tia?
I can see Tia. I can't see Bella because she's really far away from the... So if you scoot up...
Yeah,
just obviously because I'm making notes.
You're actually sitting really far away from
Do you know
the
what's so funny? It freaked me out. After we put the laptop under here, I was thinking, oh no. So now when I fart, it's going to just go really loudly. I forgot that the microphone is only here. I thought that the microphone was under my butt, and I was like, oh my god, if I fart,
Everyone's going to hear
pick it up.
The dragon attacks! Gnomengarde. So you cross over the bridge, the mist rising up, it just sprays up from where the waterfall's hitting. You can see everything. It's a wonderful sight to behold. And as you cross over to the bridge, you get to the other side. It's another cave opening, and you walk into it. And you come into the first room is kind of like a commons area. So it's like almost like a cafeteria. It's where all the gnomes prepare their food, and it's where all the tables and chairs are for them to sit and eat because they like to sit and eat together. They don't like to have they make their meals individually and then have them in their own little homes inside. They want to all eat together. They love partying together. They love doing everything together.
Oh, that's
They don't like being alone at any given point in time. So you go through that room, you come out the other side, go down a nice long hallway, and then he turns you right and down another long hallway, and you end up at the main doors to the king's segment of Gnomengarde. And it's two large wooden doors, large for gnomes. It's about your height, so just barely your height, and a couple of the taller ones are quite comfortable there, but for the gnomes, it's this majestic, huge facility. You can open it up, and you can go inside, and it's the first thing that you see is the king's throne room. There's a beautiful set of thrones right next to each other. There's lovely drapery on the walls. There's paintings. There's smaller tables along the side where people can just stand and drink and have little meetings. And then at the back of the throne room, there's another door. This is the one that's locked. So Dabble and Fib will take you to the door. You walk up to the door, and they knock. Thank you, Tina. No answer. And then Dabble knocks again. And then you hear the king. What do you want? Dabble says, Your Majesty, Korbaz, because Korbaz is the one who's apparently seen Carpet try to eat him. Hello, who is it? What do you want? And Dabble, Your Majesty, we have visitors here to help us find the gnome-eating carpet, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Great, says the king, and he opens up this little hatchway so that he can see you. So he looks in, and
Ask him to open the door.
no, not opening the door, because that carpet's out there. You're lucky it hasn't eaten you.
I would like to
Break it.
try and intimidate him into opening the door.
I believe that we should not try and intimidate him because
Intimidate
he
him.
was already intimidated. So he's just going to. The door's already locked, so there's no way to intimidate him because we can't get in anyway.
Break down the door.
I would say
Break down the door.
I'm very persuasive.
Persuasion.
I'm a persuasive person.
Are you
I
guys?
therefore feel like we should persuade him to open the door. Listen, we understand you're under extreme pressures at the moment. We believe that we could help this scenario, and we will help this scenario if you do not. If we help you, you can give us things back. However, if you do not open the door, we will use force. So we can do it the
Destroy
easy
it.
way, or we can do it the hard.
Your choice.
Persuasion check. I already know what you need to hit.
It's going to be high, no?
Yeah, it's gonna be high.
He's hard to buddy
We should have
because
gone with intimidation.
Just break down the door.
He just screams and slams it shut.
Right.
Okay, so we're now going to go for your technique.
Yay!
Which is...
I'm not doing it, he's doing it. I'm just agreeing with him. He's
So
stronger
Dabble
than me.
says, okay, that was terrible. What do we do now?
You break it down.
Step aside.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna kick the door down.
Good luck. And he just literally steps aside.
One kick, just
This is a
one.
strength check,
This
right?
is a athletics.
So yeah,
Oh.
plus 7.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. Is it 20, yeah?
Got that.
20
Oh
sided,
my
yeah?
god, my
It's all 20
athletics
sided.
is minus 2.
18.
18 plus.
7.
25.
Oh my god.
You're gonna just
I set it to 25.
Right, so I get it.
So that you wouldn't get it.
No.
Yours was a 20.
Oh, well, I got one.
Okay. Alright.
Kind of got 5.
Was it part of the plan? You kick, and it actually dents in the hinges, and the door bends inward, and you hear the king scream, and then you hear the scream go silent.
I do feel like we should just continue to kick the door until it comes down. The king's in there. We need to get in there. So let's kick it down again.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. Full running shoulder barge.
Give me another roll.
11.
Plus
7.
18.
You loosened it enough with the first hit, it smashes the door down.
Yes!
At this point, I would like to sense whether I can feel evil.
There is no evil within.
I'm not evil.
There's no evil within the room. So there's no
You have two
carpet.
kings. One of them is sitting down on the bed, and the other one is cowering under the bed.
What do we do next?
Well,
Yeah.
Korbaz is under the bed. Nurgle is just sitting on the bed, and he looks up at you and he says, "Wow, that's not supposed to happen ever." Thank you,
You're welcome.
because we have to fix that at some point. Wow, thanks. And he just says, "Korbaz, you can. I don't think they're here to eat us. You can come out." And Korbaz very gently looks around. Is there a thing that eats gnomes with him? He looks around. It doesn't look like there's a thing that eats gnomes with him. You can come out. So he comes out and he sits on the bed next to his husband and he just stares at you and stares. What do you do?
Would you like to fix the door?
That's a really good start to our conversation, because normally people don't attack the king's quarters. Talk to the king with words. I heard you were here to help. That wasn't helping. I was just breaking things.
Now we can talk. We can talk. You hid away from my friend here. We needed to talk to you. We came in.
Right.
What
You
a
did
heck,
very
we're coming.
loudly and violently. So, what would you like to talk about?
Where's the stupid carpet?
I didn't actually see anything happen. And he elbowed Corbus. And Corbus is like, oh, okay, so here's what happened. I got up in the night, go to the toilet, and when I opened the door, the carpet jumped at me with a huge mouth, and I slammed the door and locked it.
What toilet?
The toilet that the gnomes use.
Where is the toilet?
Where is the toilet?
Down the hall, in the toilet room.
Come on, let's go. Look at the toilet.
Why would we look at that?
Want to see the rug?
We want to see the rug.
Go
Well,
find a
the
rug.
rug
The rug
was it-
wasn't in the toilet. He tripped over the toilet tripped over the rug whilst walking towards the toilet.
No.
No, the door
The carpet
to
was...
the throne room, our bedroom is here. You just kicked in the door that I opened.
Ah.
The carpet is the carpet that was outside the door. So I opened the door, it tried to eat me, I shut the door
You just
and
broke the door
locked it.
down.
We just...
Did you not see the carpet?
No, it wasn't a...
Did something try to eat you?
No, it wasn't a carpet. No.
Go look again, because I'm not leaving this room.
Okay, so we need
Okay.
to investigate.
Shall we investigate?
Yeah.
Alright, so if you
Investigation.
go back into the room,
Okay.
everybody roll an investigation. You find nothing of interest.
Nothing.
There does not appear to be in this
Yeah.
room
It's no
anything of
carpet.
interest.
Anyway.
So there's no rug.
No rug.
There isn't a rug, as most of them, as Fibble already said, most of them were already burned, so that the king would open the door.
Right.
So he's
But-
either
They
imagining
burnt
it
all
or
the
it's
rug.
flown away and disappeared somewhere.
Wait, so they burnt all the rug?
Or someone's taken it and burnt it.
Pretty stumped about this. I think there's probably quite an obvious. Maybe not.
Dabble says, we can check the other rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look
No.
at it.
There's
Go back
more than
through
one
to
room
the
here.
canteen. We can go back through to the canteen.
What do you think the rugs run
I
away?
think the rug's gonna run into the canteen.
If it's a gnome, it can do what.
But don't have eyeballs.
I didn't see eyeballs, but I definitely saw a huge mouth, lots of teeth.
It don't have eyeballs, so it might not
If
be.
it's a gnome eating rug, it could potentially be in the plate.
But then
I'm
won't we
gonna
have
just
seen
be
it
at
when we
the
walk
back. I'll
through?
just follow you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on edge.
Probably wise.
You're on edge.
I'll keep back.
But you know,
So we know.
if you watch any of the movies, it's always the one that is in the back that's lagging behind and gets
Second
picked
from
off.
back. Second from back.
Just stand behind me.
Can I be in the front and the back at the same time?
So I'm wondering where we go from here. Do we?
Well, Dabble suggests we check the rooms. Check all the rooms.
All the rooms
didn't-
in Gnomengarde.
You didn't find it here. There must be something here. Because he wouldn't do that. And Nurgle didn't see it, but Nurgle mentions he did hear some weird noise
Where?
at the door
At the door.
when Korbaz opened it.
Okay.
Let's go search the rooms.
Let's try all the rooms.
Should we split up?
No, no, absolutely not. We're staying together.
I'll stay here with the king. I'll hide under the bed.
The Kings will be happy to have some company. They've been
Yeah.
locked in the room.
Okay then.
You can paint their nails whilst you're there. Okay.
We're not
So
splitting.
you don't want to split up?
We are
no?
not splitting up.
Well, technically you just did.
Well,
Let's
stay
go together.
in the room.
Let's go together. Let's explore.
I mean,
Are you coming
Are
with
you
us?
coming?
I'm gonna stay behind.
No, I think Nobby should stay with the king.
I'll stay with the kings. I'll just make sure
Because
they're all right.
potentially there could be intel. that
They might be. They're a bit nervous, aren't they? So I'll just keep an eye on them and. You know, us gnomes stick together.
Very traumatic.
no gnome is left behind.
No gnome is left behind.
Okay, then.
No gnome.
Okay, so you guys head down the hallway.
Yeah.
You go back into the canteen area. You see probably 20, 30 gnomes. Some of them serving food, some of them sitting and eating. They're just gobbling away, having fun, yakking away, trying to just set aside the... Some of them are trying to set aside the memory of the king going nuts. Some of them just trying to deal with it, and others think he just went nuts. And so they're not nuts, and they've got stuff to do. And they don't have time to sit around and pander to the king who's crying in his bedroom. They don't have time for it. They got stuff to do. So now that you're in the canteen, if you'd like to have a look around, roll for
Roll for investigation.
investigation. That's the one. Y'all do not find a single interesting thing other than a bunch of gnomes working and eating and talking. Just looks like a mundane room with mundane things happening.
Let's go to the next room. Little gnomes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everything in here seems to be fine. So they take you back across the bridge, down the hallway, right up until you get to the crossroads where one part goes outside and then on to Factory's room. And then the path to the right goes into the winery.
Let's go to the winery.
I think we should go to the winery.
Who knows?
Alright.
Because we've already
The
been to
ancient carpet kind of
Factory's
like
room.
wine or something.
You got to fight in Factory's room, so if there was
So
something
it's not gonna be
there,
we would have seen it.
I would have probably noticed it running and screaming or attacking you, one of the two. Okay, so you walk into the winery. The winery it's a square room. It looks kind of like that. So in this corner here, you see a table, and there's some gnomes here. And these are gnomes who are developing new flavors of the wine. So the table's got little Bunsen burners, and it's got little pots, and it's got little spices and seasonings, so they're all tasting them and smelling them and mixing them and trying different stuff, and no, we're not using that one. And so that's what's on this side of the room. You see them milling away, and on this side of the room, in this little crevice here, and this one, it's all shaped exactly the same, except here in this side of the room, you see the barrels as you walk in. From the hallway, you can see the Yeah, I said barrel. But did I say barrels last time? Yeah. You see 4 barrels here, and that's all that fits just enough for 4 barrels, and then 4 barrels here, and that's all that fits.
Big old barrels.
Yep, the wine barrel. Yeah.
Taller than me?
No, not for gnomes. They're short. They're all shorter than you. You can see above the top of them.
Right, okay.
So there's a table here, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 barrels here.
Investigate all the
Well, yeah. We're investigating all the rooms. Do you notice something awkward about this room?
Awkward look.
It's just your brain is like something. Your brain is telling you something weird about this room.
Say you were doing that.
I'd just like to detect whether there's good or evil.
Don't sense anything. Nothing at all.
No good, no evil.
Nope. Well, I mean, there's gnomes in there, and they're good.
Well, it is a rogue, isn't it? I suppose. Like, how really evil can a rogue
Okay,
be?
so
Well, that's if a rogue
What
even
I
does
do-
it,
Because
knows.
we're hiding. There's something
awkward, weird about the room.
awkward.
weird
One of the
about
gnomes isn't a gnome, he's pretending to be a gnome.
the carpet was
It's
inside
disguised as
one
a
of the
gnome.
gnomes and possessed
Oh no,
it.
the
and
carpet
then
is inside one of the barrels.
Hey, there's something I just feel like the room.
Really
It's just weird. There's something not right about it.
Okay, and that is?
Yeah, I don't know. Feels right. Feels awkward. Weird.
Go to Fibble and Dabble thing.
They look around, they hear what you say, and they look around, and nothing jumps out at them.
The room with some barrels? No.
Fibble looks, Dabble look, and then Fibble's eyes widen, and he sprints out the room. He doesn't say anything, he just sprints. And Dabble just look, and then he like, pauses a little bit, waiting for something to leap out. But he doesn't understand what just happened. And he's like, well, let me go check with him. You stay here! And he just turns around, jogs out the room. What do you do?
And I go
Well, I feel
wrong
like
that.
if they're tinkering at their desks and they've got smells and they're trying new smells, flavor, there could be something that is taught to gnomes that make see something or smell.
Yeah, well, why would that happen in the king's bedroom?
Why are the gnomes that are making the new things not
Why are they not
necessarily
freaking out?
Freaking out.
What Dabble is, Fibble is.
Fibble.
You had a suggestion earlier about opening them
The
up.
casks, yeah.
Can I give one of them a poke with my glaive? Just,
Ow! And he stops and he lifts his goggles up. They're covered with stuff. What?
what are you doing, gnome?
What does it look like I'm doing? Making wine!
We're not asking them what they're doing. We're asking.
We open the barrels.
What? Why?
We
We're-
believe
we're-
there
we're
is
aim-
we believe there is a gnome-eating carpet. If you want to maintain your life,
Oh, the thing with the
Wouldn't it have eaten them all?
the thing with the king. He's crazy. Puts his goggles back on and just goes back to his way.
But is that a yes or a no?
Even
on
the,
opening the.
even
Can we open the barrel or not?
Goggles back up. No, we're aging wine.
We're not.
If we open it, it gets aerated. It goes bad. We have to throw it all away.
Okay.
If you have any idea how bad it is to have to get rid of an entire barrel of wine, we've already lost one. We're not losing another.
Where is the lost barrel wine?
We'll smash to pieces. Did y'all see it when you came in?
Yeah, it's the one that
Yeah.
was destroyed at the.
Can we taste the wine?
I've got some right here. Got a little miniature barrel.
Yeah.
Opens it up. He lets a little bit out. Pours it in a couple of glasses and passes it out.
Well, not actually drinking
Just try
it.
it.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Have a
Pretend.
taste of mushroom wine.
I'll have a taste.
That's horrible.
You're more than
No,
welcome
this
to have a
is the
have a
best.
glass.
This is literally the best wine in the entire universe.
Oh, I don't like it.
It's the best.
But I don't.
No one asked you to drink it, and you just wasted some nice wine. Rats.
It was good.
So, right, let's just recap.
It was
So we've walked into the room. Tia feels something awkward. Awkward is a very particular way of saying something, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like
There's something
feels weird.
nagging.
And Fibble ran out of the room, so it's just very
The
sorry.
Fibble
The
looked
only
down.
thing in there is
See
the
something.
gnomes with the
The other gnomes, yeah.
Even
How
They
many-
don't seem to notice or care about anything.
So it's obviously not the gnomes that Fibble. Is it the gnomes that Fibble and Dabble are reacting to, or
We
not?
don't
You
know
you
what
can't
they're
tell
reacting
what he
to.
reacted to. You just saw his eyes pop out and then he
He's just like
sprinted
this,
out.
If his eyes pop out, he's seen something.
He's seen something, yes. Can we
Well, wait,
investigate that
where was he
area that
looking?
he saw?
What direction was he
He
looking?
was looking into the room.
So he was standing here.
He was not looking at the gnomes.
He like staring at.
Was he staring at the barrels?
Was there something
He
on the
wasn't
wall?
looking at the
Is there
gnomes.
something on the wall?
Is there something on
He
the
wasn't
floor?
looking.
Is
Is the
there
carpet on the floor?
I will allow you to do an additional investigation check.
Yeah. Oh, secret message and a secret message here.
Yes.
Oh, what you doing? What you
Don't be
doing?
looking.
Okay, I can't even see it anyway.
Wait, so if you're giving Crystal like something,
I'll reckon
Is she
you just
allowed to
go out
tell
and
us?
grab
I can
like
do whatever I want.
the
with
finest
information.
barbarian ale. So I'll be back in just 2 ticks.
guys,
Okay.
I
Everybody go away.
investigated,
Dabble, guys.
and I remembered about the broken ones.
The broken barrel.
Okay, let's guess you on.
Can I roll again?
Yep.
Wait, you rolled
Yep.
twice.
You can.
No,
Wait, what?
once.
No, you rolled a 5 and then you rolled.
No, you
again,
don't
rolled
get to
a-
keep rolling. You just roll one. You don't
I
roll
mean,
until you
I
get a
got-
20 and go, I got a 20.
I did actually get a 20, but I got 2.
7.
I got 19.
Oh, I got.
You rolled
17.
twice though.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's the second.
Yeah, what you can't
Why'd you roll twice?
Because I felt like
You can't do that.
So who got the highest score then without the 2 rolls?
What was I doing?
So what did you
You
get?
can't. I got 17.
17?
That's fair.
Ooh.
Just read it out.
Just tell
It
us.
says you notice all the barrels in the room, but then we already noticed them.
No,
Well,
we don't necessarily notice what's on them. What's
Well,
on
it
the
says
barrels?
there's barrels there and there, but is there any more barrels? Like,
It doesn't fit. There's no more barrels fit in this room. It
Does-
is chock full.
Does it say anything on the barrels?
All the barrels have the same
Just say
writing,
wine.
which is just dates that
Oh,
they
just dates.
put
made
the
them or something.
the
You
um.
Notice
notice
the
all the
barrels.
barrels. You notice notice all the barrels in the room.
How many are there meant to be?
8.
And one was broken.
Yeah, so if there's one broken.
Where was that one, Ken?
There's one broken. Why is there 8 in the room?
So what's
Sorry,
the
I'm not
newest
in the room,
one?
am I?
Oh.
So where's the newest barrel? Hey, Gnome! Gnome, where's the newest barrel?
Which one's the
Takes
newest
the
one?
goggles off.
Which is the newest barrel? The
Gnome,
newest.
where's the newest barrel?
We can check the dates
What?
on the barrels.
The newest.
There's no newest. What do you mean newest? They were all made at the same time. I mean, one was broken. We have to fix it.
Have to fix. What?
What do you mean?
So,
What are you talking?
so there's 8 barrels in the room.
The newest. barrel.
One broke, but there's only enough space for 8 barrels in the room.
Shall we just check the dates on it?
Do you want
Make
to check
sure.
the dates?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just
All right,
Make
check the
sure.
date.
Investigation.
Well, you don't have to. I'll tell you.
Okay.
This has a date on it.
Mhm.
This is the same date. This has a date a couple of days later.
Okay.
This one has a couple of days later.
Wait, you mean these? Are these two the same, or that one's a few days later than that?
This one is a couple. This one is a couple of days later from this one.
Okay.
This one is a couple of days after this one.
Mhm.
These two are the same, and this one has no date.
Smash this one.
Smash it.
Let's smash this
Don't
one.
listen to the
Okay.
gnomes, just smash it.
I
Smash
wanna...
the no date one because they won't.
Yes, because
There's no quality check
maybe
on that
it's
anyway.
a fake barrel which the cover could be hiding in.
Maybe that's why Fibble and Dabble ran out the room, because they realised there's actually 8 barrels in a room where there should only be 7.
Ding 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 ding.
So, let's smash that barrel.
Smash
Smash
the
it.
barrel.
Smash
Okay,
it.
so explain to me exactly what you're
I
going to
used telepathy to tell them that.
do. Clearly that's the case.
So, I'm gonna use my glaive and just swing at it as hard as I can.
Don't
All
listen
right.
to the gnomes, just destroy it.
Destroy the one with no date.
6.
6
What do you add?
plus
Plus-
7,
Oh,
13.
15.
6 plus 7.
13.
What is 13?
Well, you hit the barrel,
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
Did
and a
it?
giant mouth comes out and bites right back at you.
Whoa!
Oh my god. He wasn't lying about
Completely
the
misses,
Yes!
Oh.
and
It just
now
goes,
these sort of globular bits break out of the bottom of the barrel. Globular bits break out of the top of the barrel.
What do you mean
Like.
globular?
Like
It's
that.
just starting to
It's
metamorphosize
like
into
coming up, it's
into
coming alive.
into a rug.
But then why would the gnomes still say that they were all made around the same time if that one didn't even have a date on it?
Didn't have a date on it.
Because it was.
Because
not
the
an actual
mimic created itself. This is a mimic.
Oh, it's
It looks like a
It's a
flanimal.
mimic. Because it turned itself into a carpet.
It turns. This is a creature
Oh,
in the
you
D&D
had that.
universe that turns itself into mundane object, so that unwary travelers that get too close, it just eats them. It was originally,
So it just kind of-
It wasn't a carpet, it
It
was a mimic
was a
that was
carpet.
disguised
It was,
as
yeah.
and
barrel.
now it's turned itself into
to a barrel.
a barrel, and
We're gonna war with it.
it is not happy.
It's
Just
not
hit this
happy.
glaive.
We just slapped.
So originally, mimics were created by wizards.
Oh,
They
great job,
enchanted
wizards.
objects to turn them into creatures, so that if someone ever broke into the castle or the tower, these unwary travelers would try to open something like a chest, and they would be
Eaten.
eaten by the chest instead of getting the gold out of it. So that's what you have discovered today, the mimic. So,
Don't I do an attack hit for the, or is it different because we're not?
you did hit, so go ahead and roll for damage.
10, isn't it? Which one's that? Is it this one? The 10?
Yes. You sure it's a 10, not a 12? Yeah, you're right, it's a 10.
There's no 10 on it though. 7.
7 damage?
Yeah.
Alright.
And can I run off a little bit so I'm not...
You said 7 damage. What was it total?
7 damage in its entirety. I rolled a 2.
And then they add
What's your
1
plus
d10 plus 5. That's 7.
Alright, yep, you're right. 7, so we have... Alright, so everyone roll for initiative. We can now start combat.
fight.
Ian is up first.
Oh.
9, that's a miss.
Oh!
Alright.
Oh, dang, it's painful.
Tia, you're up next. What do you do?
I'm gonna.
You have your spells now.
Can I use Chaos Bolt?
Yep.
13 plus 6.
Well, you hit it.
Yeah.
Alright, so roll for damage. 7. Well, after the combat starts, I mean, it is kind of noisy where they are, but after the combat starts, one of them just sort of peers over and sees y'all fighting one of the barrels, and just slaps the other one, and then one at a time, it's almost like a Three Stooges situation where
Yeah.
they just all turn and one at a time, and just eventually y'all sprint right out of the room. So y'all are in the room, on your own, alone,
Fighting a barrel.
wailing away at this barrel with a giant, gaping, mawing, slobbery mouth. Okay, Bella's turn.
Oh, so I hit it.
Fire your bow. 5 plus...
4, 9. Wait, no, that's 6. 11.
11, you miss. Hits the wall. Ding. Crystal, what would you like to do?
I would like to use my moon touch longsword
I don't care.
to slice at its tentacles on the bottom so it is bound unmovable.
Give me your one.
Like this.
Alright. 1. And Crystal almost chops her own foot off. You just hear clang as she hits the floor right in front of her.
I always roll a 1. I'm really skilled at rolling 1.
And Momosili
Good for me.
is going to cast a spell. Okay, Momosili
bad
casts
dice.
Bless on you, and you.
Bless.
Oh, that's so
And-
rude. She's not on.
That's because you're over here.
You can roll a d4 and add number to your attack or saving.
Crystal's absolutely right. She's on the
I
ball.
can do my research.
All right, it's a really good
That's a
spell.
great
And
spell.
Momosili's done.
Cool.
The Mimic's turn.
Now.
Come at me, bro.
All right, the Mimic is going to attack. It's going to swing with one of the slobbering pseudopods.
Have a go, mate.
20.
Oof.
So he hits,
Yep, for sure.
and he is going to do
7,000 dice.
5
5.
damage. And then he bites you,
Ow.
bites at you, and misses.
Yes.
But his pseudopod hits you and sticks to you. You now can't move.
So 5 damage and he can't move.
25 points, yep.
Now that you're stuck to
Who's
it,
that?
all of its attacks on you are at advantage.
Oh.
I just rolled a 1.
Okay, Ian completely misses, hits the floor in front of him, and he
Okay,
looks
you're
over
strong,
at
but-
you and goes, and Tia's turn.
Okay, can I just quickly say to Crystal, since you've got that moon sword thing, I was going to say something, I forgot. I'll just attack it.
You can see that in comment. Crystal! What was your character's name again?
Goldie.
Goldie. You turn around.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
I forgot! I'm just gonna attack it!
Yeah.
And Goldie's like,
What about Thunder Wave? Can I cast that?
yes, but Thunder Wave is point blank, so it comes out of you
Okay.
and hits everything.
Oh, okay, I'm not going to use that.
So if you want to knock everyone up against this wall and do
Yeah.
extra damage to your entire party, you go right ahead.
No, I'm good.
I think Ian's gonna be immune because he's stuck to the Mimic. Him and the Mimic will go to the wall together like a dating couple or something.
I'm excited.
That was good. Bella, your turn. You hit.
Yay.
Alright, roll damage.
Oh.
Okay,
7, that's fine.
7.
You hit it goat hurt.
I mean,
There's an arrow sticking out of the back of its
Oh, nice.
phalange.
You're gonna roll a 12 at least, but
Alright, Crystal.
go for a 13 minimum.
Okay, I am, because I'm close again, I'm gonna go for it again with the tentacles on the bottom with the sword.
Okay.
Smash the whole thing off. The whole thing so it's flat on the floor.
Go ahead and try.
16.
16, you did hit, and you cut deeply into it. Roll for damage. 5. Okay, you slice into the pseudopod, and as you slice in, the globule just reconnects right as the blade passes through it. This creature can morph into a chair, a table, it can morph into anything, so it can alter its physical body.
Magic. So it could be living in our home right now.
That chair could be a mimic. Thibble, who ran out first, runs into the king room and says, "It's a mimic, it's a mimic, it's a mimic!" And the kings both look at each other and go, "Oh, it's a mimic. Where's it now?" And Thibble says, "It's in the wine room! It's in the wine room, they're fighting it!" So the kings know the kings aren't leaving, they're staying in there.
Yes. Nobby's on his way.
Nobby's running so fast,
Away.
it's like this. It's that far.
Can't move around quick enough.
Momosili heals you.
Yes.
Heal. And it
Where's
heals
my other one?
I
for
gave it back.
I only got 5%.
Wait, no, 1, 2,
so
3, 5, 6,
all the
7.
damage. 5.
Oh, brilliant.
Right back up. Okay, Momosili's healed you back up to full. Spring.
Yay!
The sparkles
Ow.
invigorate you and your wounds heal and close back up and you feel unbelievably powerful.
Oh.
But you still can't move from your
And it's
spot.
the mimic's
I'm
turn.
still stuck. I'm still
Yes.
stuck.
Still stuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
The mimic attacks you again with another slobbery pseudopod. 15 armor class hits,
Wow. Taking some damage here, boys.
and it does.
Take 1 damage.
Am I back in the room? Do I need
You
to
are
put
in
myself-
there. You pick a spot and stick yourself in there and. Oh, there's my die. And you take 5 points of damage.
Again.
5 damage.
Yep. And now he bites, except this time he bites at Crystal, who's directly in front of him.
Oi hoi! Crystal's in the
20 something,
Oh.
which I'm sure hits, and she takes. Oh my god, seriously. 4 points of damage, along with. That's accurate. 6 points of acid damage.
I've got resistance to acid.
Then 3 points of acid damage. Cuts it right in half.
Oh, lucky.
So what does that mean? Do I take that off as well?
The 3, yes.
19.
Alright.
My go.
It is Nubby's turn.
Can I use the entanglement spell?
You can use entanglement.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So
wrote all over my other one.
the roots start to come up and appear around it, and it just sort of wiggles its way out, and eventually they just break and shatter. Alright, what do you got? A man.
Come on, boy. I'm sick to death.
Oh, he's having a stink.
He's gonna die.
What's
Plus 7, 11. I missed.
11? Oh. You need a 12 to hit this
I
creature.
know, we figured that out. 12.
Tia, what you got?
I was thinking I could use the lightning law thing to pull you back so you are free again, but it does damage.
Do it.
To me?
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Do it. Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, do some
Sure.
damage.
Sure.
Yes, I'm a big boy.
I'll set you free.
Yeah. You.
You're only fine.
What?
Roll. Oh wait, no. I have to roll a strength saving throw.
Yeah, but.
Right, but my pseudopod is stuck to him.
Oh yeah.
So the mimic is actually holding on to you.
Yeah.
So if she uses the lightning lure to pull you, I have to roll a strength saving throw to see whether or not I can hang on to you.
But if you do hang on to me, do I take damage?
Oh yeah.
And if I get pulled away, do I still take damage?
Yeah.
You take damage, but there is a
But you're
chance you'll get
free.
free.
But you're free.
And you have a healing potion, so you'll be fine.
I've got lay on hands.
I'm gonna be
And there's a
honest.
chance
Right?
Mum might heal you again, so.
I'm gonna be honest.
He saved.
I'm saved.
Roll for damage.
Roll.
Roll a low one, yeah?
Maybe you should get me to roll it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tia.
Wait, so that's 12. Wait, that's 12.
So
Lord,
Tia casts
universal.
lightning lure. Lightning lure is almost like a whip made out of pure lightning energy. She flings the whip out. It lashes right around your waist. You begin to be electrocuted, and she yanks as hard as she can. What happens is your body comes off the ground, but you're strapped in between this lightning whip that's pulling you this way and this giant mimic pseudopod that's pulling you this way. And eventually, the strength of the mimic is so strong that Tia's spell dissipates and you fall flat.
Right. Well, thanks for that. And I end up with 13 health points.
Oh, just use your healing potion.
No, I'm not using my healing potion.
Bella's turn.
Yay! Okay, I'm
Sorry,
gonna.
It's okay, you
Demos.
saved me, thank you, I appreciate that. But you also nearly killed me in the process.
No, my die.
No, it's here.
My die. I'm just gonna keep shooting it until it dies.
17 hits. Roll for damage.
12.
Minus 12. Nice. That was a good hit.
Yeah.
Knocked it up against the wall with that one.
Oh yeah.
Next up to bat is Crystal. I'm sorry. Goldie.
Let's do
What'd
that.
you get?
14.
What's your damage?
My damage is
1d8 plus 3.
1d8. Is this an 8? Yeah. Plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage.
7.
You're really hot.
All right. Well done. You whacked it a good one.
Come on.
Momo Silly casts. She casts heal on you again, and you get 14.
14 back.
14 back.
So
Nice.
27.
I can't keep this up
good
forever. I
memory.
can't cast heal every single time you get hit. So please stop getting hit so much. Can you do that for me? Is it possible? You're trying.
Do your job.
You're trying. The mimic attacks.
Okay.
That is a
You
miss.
can do whatever you want.
And then he swings at you with a pseudopod. That's a 10. That's another miss. She's a lively one. The pseudopod this way and the mouth this way. It's like seen from the Matrix. Completely misses you every single shot. And Nobby's turn.
What do you just entanglement?
Entanglement again. 16 again. Comes up. Breaks its way out again.
Never give up.
Never surrender. Okay. Ian. Alright.
Come on, boy.
Oh my god.
3 plus. Roll a 1d4.
Oh,
Add
I
it.
rolled 2. I rolled 2. I didn't
Yeah,
roll
advantage. You have advantage.
So
You don't get to roll 3 now. It's just 2. 2 total.
2. Come on, baby. 13.
13's a hit. You hit it.
Yay, actually.
I'll do that. 10.
Yay.
Okay, Ian goes. Tia. Aviel. And you want to get over 12.
Did I get a plus 6?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
18.
That's you hit. Roll for damage.
Okay.
Bella's turn.
3.
Hello?
What?
Did I hit it well?
10.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hit
you
it.
did massive amounts of damage.
Oh, yay. Okay, cool.
I hit it, I got
I
a 10, and then, yeah. And
All right,
so
did you roll
another,
damage?
9.
9.
Good score.
Oh, he's not looking good. He's wheezing and panting at this point.
He's got
A few more hits, he'll be dead.
less health points, hit points than me right now.
It is Goldie's turn. Oh, I'm getting it.
I'm jumping up and stabbing it straight down through the head.
Right down through the head. Go.
17
You
plus
have-
5, that's 22. 21.
You hit it. Roll for damage.
Was it at 4?
2 plus
6.
5,
Oh, plus
6,
4.
7, 8, 9.
Wow. So that is you actually ripped off chunks of the wood that's around the head. You know, there is wood around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's bracing around the head. You actually ripped a slice of it off. So a chunk of it falls down, clang, clang, clang on the floor as your sword rips it right out of the side of its head. Momo Silly casts her last heal spell
Just 2.
and heals for 12. You're still hurt, right? Is it you that's hurt?
Yeah, 27. Heals for 12?
12.
27, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm back up to 30 then.
Well done. That was your last.
You've got 30.
Full-blown heal spell.
I've only got 20.
Big boy.
Yeah,
And the mimic attacks.
The mimic.
Ian?
eats something.
Misses with a pseudopod and goes for a bite.
And misses?
with a bite.
It's like,
Banged up, it's got arrows sticking out of him, chunks of him hanging off, and he's just getting kind of sloppy, and he's just lashing out, and he's just not making. He's just failing miserably. He's this poor little guy.
Nobody comes in with engagement.
Now he comes in, it's your turn.
Entanglement.
Entanglement. The mimic, now entangled, stops attacking. It not only stops attacking, but the mimic not only stops attacking, but actually lowers itself to the ground where the vines are and almost takes on a sort of submissive posture. You recognize it, you've seen this in dogs and wolves. It's cowering in front of you. If that's what you want to do, that's what you can do.
Are we in agreement?
yeah, destroy it.
Don't you have animal?
I do have animal handling
You can
actually.
Tame animals.
I'll give a whirl at handling the animal, taming it with my
Let me roll.
Just my
Should've
boy.
just killed it.
Oh, come on, baby. Do I get to roll with 2 d20s?
No, this is not an attack, so you don't get advantage on it.
To me, it would be an attack. 16 plus 2, 18.
It continues to cower in front of you, does a little whimper, doesn't move an inch.
I own a mimic. How satisfying.
You are now out of combat.
We won.
The battle is over.
Can I keep that mimic?
The mimic cowers before you and does little more than whimper.
Excuse me, but I think I should turn it into like a book and put it in the
Excuse me?
backpack. Can I turn it into a book and put it in my backpack?
A mimic can mimic anything
Anything.
of that size. It could be a chair, a table, a section of the floor, a carpet, a door, or a backpack.
Or a barrel.
Oh, let's do backpack.
I can turn this onto a backpack and just
I think I deserve a pat on the back.
That is good. That is good.
Wait, why?
You were going to stab it in the head,
I was gonna kill it.
and I remembered your own beyond.
Now we
You
have a
still should have
mimic.
killed it. Still
You have
should've
a
That
mimic.
is exactly what it appears to have had occurred.
Yes!
Is it fine? Is it still like hurt?
Yes!
Yeah, it's
That's
gone.
a
Is it
mimic!
hurt? Is it hurt or anything?
It
or
is
it
very
fine?
hurt. You've
It's
been
very
beating the
hurt,
crap
yeah.
out of it.
I'll be honest with you, right? It's nearly dead.
It is not fighting anymore.
If Nobby takes the entanglement spell off and it goes, oh, let's have a fight, I'll just.
Okay.
So let's take it off.
Cancel it. The entanglement moves away, dissipates, and it sort of sucks its little pseudopods in. It appears as though it's still in this sort of simpering, whimpering, like psychological state. And it's at this point little more than licking its wound. It
Aw.
is completely, as far as your discernment can allow, docile.
3
Heal-
monsters
heal
are
it.
about to die.
Heal it, and then I'll give it the backpack command.
Heal it like a tiny bit, not too much, just
Are
a
you
little
sure?
Heal it. Come on, what are we gonna do? We're gonna get in a fight with it? Come on.
Okay, I'll heal it.
You lay on hands, it heals it. You see it get a little bit of energy back, and it stays exactly where it was. It seems perfectly content exactly where it was, and it's paying only attention to you.
Backpack!
It happens to, by sheer chance, understand your command, understand basic common. It doesn't speak the language, but it does understand the words, and sort of begins to undulate and slobber and move around in this little slimy fashion, and then eventually weave itself from a barrel into a nicely shaped backpack.
This is so cool.
I still kind of wish you stabbed it in the head.
I'm gonna give it a name.
You're gonna name it.
Jerry.
I'm gonna call it Bok.
Oh, what?
Okay, you
Bok the Mimic.
have discovered, as the Heroes of Phandalin, what was at Gnomengarde, the carpet, the gnome eating carpet. You have discovered exactly what it was, and you have subdued it. It is no longer a threat to the gnomes. You're in the room. You're with it. What do you do now?
It's on your back now, so we
You
just
swing it.
leave now. Just go tell them.
There are no gnomes in the room. They have no idea what happened. They all left because they were just afraid of dying.
Just put the backpack on.
What do you
Go
do?
back to the kings, tell them it's chill.
It's dead.
Oh, good.
We say it's dead.
Yeah.
Tell them it's dead.
So it's dead. It's gone.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
bye.
walking back to the kings. Who's going to talk to the king? What do they say?
Can I talk to the king?
I think I shouldn't talk to the king. I should go to the toilet whilst you're all talking to the kings.
Okay, y'all walk up to the king's quarters. They're both sitting on the bed talking. What do you say?
We walk in.
We found it. It was just like a barrel in the wine room thing.
So you killed it. It's dead.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent job. Thank you so much. We were just definitely, at least I was definitely afraid. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was going to stay in here locked like forever. You're the heroes. You've saved us. Thank you so much.
Do we get anything in return for killing?
Oh, we have tons of garbage that we can throw in your direction. We've been here centuries. We've collected loads and loads of stuff. Korbaz mentions to Fibble. He says, take them to the cellar and provide with them some new toys. And then the kings go back to talking, and Fibble says, oh, well done, everybody. Follow me.
Do we get paid?
We've just asked what we get paid, and they've said they're going to take us
To
to
the
show us
cellar.
some new toys.
And they're not aware
What
of
if we go down and there's just
No,
like
they
a
think that
teddy
we've
bear or
killed
something
it.
like that?
We
We told them that we killed it.
killed it. They don't know till it's got it back.
We told it was a mimic and that we killed it. They don't know that there's actually back.
And we don't know that it's looking after us.
And look at us.
So you'll follow Fibble, or do you not follow Fibble?
We follow
Yeah, we follow
Fibble,
Fibble.
yeah.
Okay, all right, right.
Fibble.
So he takes you down a couple of flights of stairs on a little corner path that y'all normally or didn't see originally. It's more like an old storeroom. There's some wooden shelves on the wall. It's about 30 foot long and 30 foot wide. There's just wooden shelves with just boxes on them. And so Fibble starts digging through it, and he's looking. He walks over to one box, and he pulls out a helmet. It's more of a bandana type helm. He hands you this. He looks at Aviel. He run down the thing. He's gonna grab a box, look into the box. That's not it. There's another box. Oh, yeah, there we go. He pulls out a cloak and hands it to you.
Ooh, clue. You've got a cloak, you've got a helmet.
Then looks you over. Yes. Got it. All right. And runs over to another box. And he starts to pull it off the shelf, and it just falls, and then clang, clang, some metal objects roll out of it. And he's like, oh. And he picks up a shield, and he hands it. And then he sees you, and he goes, oh. Just the thing. I love this. And he runs over to a box, and he looks in the box, and he reaches in, and there's just this pile of scrolls. Scrolls wrapped up. He's like, and he starts to sort of flip through them, and he flips through them. Oh, got it! And he pulls it out, and he comes over, and he hands it to you. What was your little friend's name?
Bowtruckle.
Yeah.
Morwan.
Mark, can you spell it?
M-A-R-N.
The Bowtruckle. Morwan.
So, he will
Some
get
of you
bonuses
have
to strength.
Bowtruckles, some of you have many.
He'll have bonuses to constitution. Not only will his size increase, but his hit points will increase. Everything will increase, and you have essentially during combat, if you choose to use this permanently, you will have essentially a group bodyguard already enjoys you, loves you, and he will do as you ask.
Me and Bob Marwan. You like that, you see.
Like this.
He's my dude. He is my dude.
So, did anyone not get something?
Demos hasn't.
Oh yeah. You received this.
What is it?
Bill says, thank you so much. We appreciate that you took the time to come and you save our kings and, save our village. We can never repay you, but here's some stuff that we're paying you with, so I think we have repaid you, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Are we...
Sack of wine for the road.
That's a good idea. Let's see if there's any wine that we can bear. And he just slinks out the room. towards the winery. If you would like some wine, that's perfectly fine. He can grab you a sack of wine.
No, it's okay. Don't worry.
No, I think we shouldn't send them back to the wine room because they're going to realise there's no mimic.
They're gonna realise that there's no dead mimic and be like, wait, what
Well,
the
they're
fuck
just
is
going to assume you removed it.
Oh, okay.
They just assume that you killed it or ate it or used some magical spell to make it disappear. As long as they don't see a mimic. And they believe you. They saw you fighting it, so they know it ain't there anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're still alive, you would have been eaten. There's some just obvious things that they can deduce from what's happened. Fibble takes, once you're completely finished, he takes you downstairs and outside of Gnomengarde, where, incidentally enough, Philly is waiting along with a nice comfy wagon for you all to hop into. And they've fattened her up with some...
Mushrooms, bread, mushrooms.
It was the purple
The
one.
way to make the wine out of, the purple one, right?
Purple.
They said
Yeah,
that once you give
purple's
it to Philly,
wine,
you'll go like
green
crazy
bread,
and really
red oil.
energetic.
Yes. So she has some. They've given her loads, and you can just see her. It looks like a normal horse, but obviously to the gnomes it's a giant. But to y'all it's just a regular horse. But now the horse is just sitting there. His little legs are just tapping away, and his hooves are tapping away at the ground, and it's just ready to go, ready to go, ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. And it's pointed in the direction that Momosili is leading y'all along the mountains towards the ruins where her cousin and his associate are.
Let's go.
By the way, welcome to level 2.
Yay! I don't get anything level
Yes,
2.
I get 3 spells at level 2.